We got some technical difficulties, but Kaz is making his way over here.
Kaz has no technical problem. He don't do anything but answer the phone.
Kaz is in trouble.
From Erie Zone Government Access, Channel 9, from the City Hall Council Chambers, it's time once again for the Taxpayers Hotline Show. And now, ladies and gentlemen, your host,
Well, thanks everybody for waiting around. We had some technical difficulties. Good thing DJ from Cat TV was here. He's a troubleshooter. So we were finally able to get things fixed, and we're ready to roll. So Kaz, go ahead.
Finally got rid of Kaz. We pushed him off and took over.
Yeah, Kaz is taking care of some business. I think there he is now.
Oh, he's here.
Yeah, we can't have a show without Kaz.
No.
He's the star of the show.
Well, we can. You've done it.
Yeah, well, I've always had someone with me, you know.
Yeah, this is true.
Sometimes when he goes solo,
Yeah.
you know, he can talk for hours, but
I have to say you're very informative. You have a lot of knowledge, and it works out when you're here, and that makes me feel bad. I could be a sidekick, but I'm usually just the bobblehead.
yeah, well, I've been around a little bit, so
Yeah, it's cool.
gives me an opportunity to do a couple different things. But if anybody wants to call in, the phones are now open. Kaz is tied up right now, but he'll be coming in a minute.
He's on his way.
You have a list? What do you?
I had a list before since there's no phone calls. I was going to ask him a couple of questions about some things, but what do you know about the McBride Viaduct? Do you know if there's any updates on that, if there's any forward motion on that?
I am on the mailing list for updates and different things like that. They're still doing those studies, which is taking entirely too long.
Right.
And I'm sure Kaz will confirm that I don't know which way the city wants to lean on that.
Yeah.
But me personally, being an East Side resident, that travels from the center city down to the east side,
Yeah.
I think it's something that we definitely need. But
I used to love that bridge. I mean, I used to live over on Fairmont Parkway, and it was the easiest way for me to get over here to work.
right.
What's that, McBride?
Right over the McBride. Yeah.
Heather? My official Cleveland Browns cup.
Beverage service?
0-16.
Our city clerk has a sense
Yeah.
of humor.
Is he a
Good man, though.
Steelers fan?
No, he's a Cleveland fan.
Oh, is he?
You got to be sense of humor to be a Cleveland fan,
Oh, absolutely. You have to.
especially after this draft. I mean,
You have to have low blood pressure.
I heard
and-
Skunky get drafted.
No, really.
Yeah, free safety. They need one. They got Skunky.
No, he's running for mayor.
He doesn't have any closing speed, no hitting power, but when he lifts that tail, it's all over.
Cleveland does stink, so it goes hand in hand.
Uh-oh. Go ahead, caller.
Question. Electronic recycling. What day and what times?
I thought it was May 4th.
I think, May 4th is coming. Yeah, that's what I think it is. I think you have to take it up to the
Let me check with the clerk.
Streets Department.
I believe it was May 4th because that's the day I'm not going to be in town.
Yeah, a lot of people are still continuing to put.
Is that the Holland Street Garage?
Yes.
Herman Street Garage?
Yep. A lot of people are still putting them out front of their house. When I drive around, I see people putting televisions and other electronic devices out there because I don't think they're aware of the fact that we're not picking them up anymore. But yeah, you have to take them up to the garage on May 4th.
So that'll be May 4th, right?
Correct.
It's a Saturday, right?
Yeah, it's a Saturday.
Okay, I had a couple of questions to ask Kaz about how he found out about the Sheraton Hotel on the tax problems and the people that are assigned vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a commentary about the people buying the townhouse on Peach Street, the reason why I think they're buying it. So you want me to expound?
Actually, Kaz he should be right here in 3, 2, 1 second. Here he is.
We got delayed, though.
Yeah, I know. That's why I try to slow
I
down.
got an
the
answer
count.
to the other question, too.
Okay.
Go ahead, answer your questions.
Okay, but they believe it's from 9 to 2, May 4th, 19th, the 19th Street Garage over there off of Sassafras. No, I mean off of French Street.
Off Holland, yeah.
You need a city ID to participate, and I believe tires might be accepted too.
I thought they were going to take tires that day too. You know,
Off the rim, though.
until they hit their max, and that's probably one trailer full.
Yeah, because there's a lot of tires out there in the city. Believe me. And
Well, Well, yes, there is.
Mosquito traps, that's all they are.
And the best part about that, these tire places, that they charge the consumer X amount of dollars to get rid of it, and they don't get rid of them.
Or they get rid of them in ways you don't want to know.
That's true. Now,
I was talking to Mr. Kuyawa on that. They find them through various spots of Mill Creek, even the city. Where there's a ravine or something, they'll end up in there.
Yeah.
12th and Peach, you can go to the city. There's all kinds of them there.
Oh, yeah, that's a sore spot.
Okay, Kaz.
And what was the other question you had?
The question is, how many people are taking their vehicles?
Oh, I got to, John, I got to work on that. That's a...
Okay, and the other question was, slipped my mind now.
Convention Authority Center?
Pardon?
The hotel or something you were
On
saying?
the tax rolls.
Taxable of the Sheridan. Are they non-taxable or taxable?
I promised you I would get the answer, but I haven't been able to talk to the treasurer directly.
Well, everything I've been looking into, they're non-taxable.
Well, we were at the Destination Erie conference or meeting or whatever you want to call it down at the Bayfront, and they were talking about, somebody asked the question, what are the finances of the hotel down there? And they said that, and it was a clever answer by the convention center
Very
folks.
clever.
Yeah, the hotel is reaching their projections as far as revenue goes.
Now, what is the projection?
What is the projection? Nobody, he sidestepped that question.
Are you listening, John?
I'm listening.
Yeah, we never did find out what the projection was.
I know what the projection is. Depends on how many visitors come in and are assessed at hotel tax.
Well, I'd like to go over there right now, and if it's 100% occupied, I'd be surprised, or, I don't know, it probably, this is why, I'm not taking either side in the argument.
Well, that's why they had that Bayfront meeting down there. Why'd they invite Nick Scott? And the mayor wasn't even there. Why wasn't the mayor at that meeting?
I don't know,
I
but
think they had a special, for a lot of the elected officials.
They did.
Yeah, they had like a special preview of what was going to happen at the public meeting, so a lot of the elected officials had private showings for a private sit-down where they could ask questions and everything like that.
but the surprising statement was, we know when there's a convention there, it's going to be booked. And, whether you like Mr. Scott or not, I can guarantee if that hotel was not producing,
He's going to get the spill-offs.
it'd be abandoned real quick or never built. Because, every hotel's got to have a certain projected occupancy, and
Yeah, I don't think they charge the maximum rates to people that come in for the conventions. I
no,
think
they never do.
Yeah, they give them a discounted rate, so it's going to be hard for.
Actually, what people don't understand, most hotels, and even the big chain ones, if you play the game,
Yeah,
and you go on one of these sites like
right. Well, what they do.
Priceline or anything, I've gotten some,
I'll say goodbye.
I've gotten some nice rooms, John, I'm telling you, but what you don't know is they'll give you a general location.
That's true.
They won't tell you exactly the name of the hotel until after you book it, but they'll tell you the rating on it, like 4-star, 3-star.
What they do is if they can't get.
I recall one time I went to Greenwich, Connecticut, and I had a rating on Howard Johnson of a 5-star. I went in there, I wouldn't even give it a half a star.
Yeah,
It was the Greenwich side that the working man goes to.
Well, what they do is once they, they check their occupancy rates, and if they have any rooms left, they.
Yeah, that's the whole thing there,
Yeah.
right?
it's better have like the old saying is, it better have somebody in the bed rather than nobody in the bed, because at least if you can break even or make a couple bucks.
But they didn't get me in the bed. I checked out and went up to White Plains.
Yeah. Well, when you figure you had all that overhead, you got all the workers there, this will make sense that, hey, you might as well, you might as well make $5, right, if you can't make 100.
Right.
That's true. I have a reason why I think this townhouse sold.
Yeah, I saw one or two sold
One sold.
to
Couple
G.
from Fairview, and along with his tax leniency for 7 years, and where he was working, he sold his one in Fairview, bought this one in Erie. He'll be tax exempt for most of it for 7 years, and he's an engineer with GE. And from when I worked, my company used to spot homes in Reading, Altoona, and Johnstown. They paid for the house, paid for the moving, and when the employee moved again, they purchased the house.
Yeah, they did that on my block. There was a couple guys working for
Now,
GE.
it is, and those people down there think Erie is on the move in downtown Erie. Well, don't go out after dark. This is known as Dodge City of the West. Have a great day.
If that's true, where's Matt?
Matt Dillon. It's the mayor, right? He's Matt, or the chief.
I got a joke to tell you. Somebody submitted an event you could have, DJ heard, the guy that told it, a couple events you could have for Celebrate Erie, Perry Celebration.
200?
Yeah, you don't want to put them, advertise them though.
No, what are they?
I'll tell you after the show.
Oh, you can't say it over the air.
Go ahead, caller.
Hi, Kaz.
How you doing?
I have a quick question. I just need if you heard about this program, I want to know if it's a legitimate one. For the Pennsylvania property tax rent rebate program, it's 39 something to get them to help you fill out the paperwork.
Oh, I think that's a scam right off the bat.
Thank you.
Well, without seeing it, you're talking about the rent rebate, like?
Yes.
I fill out my mother's. It only takes about 10 minutes.
Okay.
I'm going to try to find out if there's anybody that does it, like
See, we
the
got it
volunteers.
last week. And it says it's from the Senior Advisory Center, non-government agency,
Yeah.
Harrisburg. And you just send them $39 and they'll help you with the form.
I want to see that one, wouldn't you?
The Senior Advisory Center?
Yeah.
Yes.
That sounds kind of sketchy.
Yeah, if the state's going to do anything, they're going to help you over the phone for free, or maybe tell you to seek, help from, like most of your tax preparers do that, and maybe the volunteers would too. The ones that.
I told my husband, I said, just take it up to the lady that does our taxes. She would be able to answer the question.
Yeah, quite frankly, I've done my mother's, and it takes, it's real simple because all you do is you take your income that's eligible, which is usually, I think if I remember right top of my head, it's pension. I think your Social Security is exempt. And then you just take your taxes, you figure them out, what you paid the city, county, and school district. It's pretty simple, straight up.
How much do you get back on that? Is there?
My mother, well, and yeah, some people get upwards of a couple hundred, 300, I think 250 is like about the ceiling on some levels.
This here says maximum annual rebate $975.
You know what? If you're ever downtown, bring it to me. I'd like to see it.
Okay, I will.
Yeah, because I'm a little leery about things that,
Yeah.
there's a lot of people who use government agency names and all that. Paying $40 to get back, like some of the people I know, they only get back a couple hundred.
Do they have a website, do you know?
No, they don't.
Yeah, that's a usually good.
Because,
Do you have a telephone number?
Yeah.
What is it?
1-800.
Hang on a minute.
write it down. Write it down.
I'll do it on here and then transfer it. 1-800.
959.
959.
9396.
9396, and they call themselves.
It just says Senior Advisory Center, not a non-government agency.
Ah, that's a key word right there.
And you'll probably have to pay them a certain fee.
Yeah, and when they say non-government, they're posing like they are the government.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
How are they going to help you from out of town? They don't even have a local office, right?
Said to check with you, so he figured you'd know.
Yeah, I would doubt that one. I'm going to check into it and try to get an answer next week for you.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Have a nice day.
You too.
Bye.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going around.
Yeah.
I got one the other day. Now I know what my income tax refund was going to be. So they send me a notice that, can you hold 1 second, sir? Or ma'am?
Yes.
They were going to give me back another total, which was completely wrong. And I looked at it. All I had to do, though, to get it was to register online with my Social Security number, my account numbers, and all that.
Right.
I said, yeah, you got all my records,
Yeah, you got all your-
all my bank accounts. I ain't seen that again.
You're an identity thief's dream.
Yep, and it says internal revenue, not service. It's like something else,
Right.
Go ahead, sir.
The Pennsylvania rebate taxes, I think the minimum is $250, the max is $650, and you go to any of your local state representatives,
And they'll do it?
they will do it.
Yeah, because I've seen the average is around 250 to 300.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but to spend 40, thanks, John. To spend, $40 to get that, that's 25%.
Yeah, right. I mean, when you can just fill out the, if you can, like John said, if you can take it to your state rep,
I
have them
did,
do
I
it
did
for
my
free.
mother's in 10 minutes. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, Kaz, that place you want for the rent rebates
Yeah?
is on West 11th, just past the old hospital there.
Over by SAS?
By more towards Myrtle.
Okay.
It's a government building right there.
Oh, that's the Pennsylvania Department of Revenue, I think, right?
It is.
Yeah, that's the official one. She's getting a letter from, she's getting contacted by a non-government agency, which always sounds like a scam outfit, somebody trying to,
That's what I'm saying. They'll do it right there for you.
that's what I thought. That or, there's a lot of volunteers they have during tax season, they'll do it.
And maybe for somebody that can't get out of the house, they're trying to
Oh, you're talking
make some
to
money.
one.
Yeah, I think it's, people that, what do you call it, take advantage of elderly people and people that are, homebound and,
Ask for too much personal space.
well, yeah, once they got it, you're done. I mean,
Yeah. Probably,
I tell people, thanks for calling. I tell people all the time, be very careful.
yeah, then they have all your personal information and then,
Like, no bank is gonna ask you for something they already got. They already got your information when you signed up.
right.
But,
You have to watch yourselves.
maybe that's a nice show you can do on Channel 2 sometime.
This show?
Well, like a show about, advising people how to be careful and,
Scams and stuff. Yeah, we had St. Martin's Center up to the studio last year, and they did a mortgage scams and different fraud topics on their show.
and it's so easy what they promise you. I looked at my IRS refund. I said, that's entirely wrong, but maybe I'm thinking if I'm not too up on top of it, I'm going, hey, maybe I did make a mistake. I got $900 coming or something. Then I give them all the information, which is stupid.
Yeah.
Well, you are an accountant, right?
Yeah.
Don't ever try to rob an accountant on his tax.
Well, you hope not.
You can't catch that.
Like computer courses are interesting. Like a lot of people don't know about the lock on your address and all that. That'd be a good show to tell people how they know when they're on a secured site. Maybe we could get like Larry Dombrowski from the county, one of the computer, cops that, just to tell people when you're safe, when you're not safe. And
I'm going to invite you guys down to the studio one of these nights, and we're just going to throw you out there in front of the cameras, and we'll do it.
I'm ready. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, Kaz, I got one of those letters too, but they wanted $39 before they do anything at all.
Oh, man, there you go.
They want to see the money up front. They're not, well,
A good friend of mine just got scammed by a builder.
Yeah, it says include your payment of $39 payable through rebate assistance.
Well, that's the rebate. You rebated them.
Yeah, right. As soon as I got this thing, I looked and seen it wasn't from a government agency. I knew something was up.
Yeah, and then if they want the money up front before they even done the service.
I never seen that before.
No,
I could see if after you got your rebate, then they would get some type of a payment for helping you if you're unable to get out, if
Yeah.
you need help filling out, you have vision problems or some type of handicap.
be
where-
very careful giving bank accounts or anything.
Oh, no, never do that. Never.
I just hope a lot of people don't fall for this.
The sad part is somebody probably will.
Right.
A friend of mine just got scammed by a builder.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, he's a nice guy, and he doesn't like to spend full value all the time, and he hired some guy, and of course they didn't do all the job. Now the guy's gone,
Yeah.
and
Well, I hope the people are listening. They'll find this out.
yeah, the police have this all the time, and they warn people. And
Oh, okay, Kaz.
hey, thank you for calling. I'm glad you look at it like I do. I think it's something to throw away and don't worry about it.
We'll talk to you later.
In fact, like we said in the air, you can probably go down to the Department of Revenue and they'll probably help you with it.
Yeah, just remember, if it's too good to be true, it probably is.
That's what you always tell, but
Yeah.
the lure of money.
No legitimate facility should ask for,
I got a good scam. You heard of a Nigerian scam, right?
yeah.
That's the common one where they call you and
Yeah.
if you give them all your information, they got $1 million for you in
Sure, yeah.
Nigeria or Zambia.
Right.
And this guy, he's a upfront guy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now I got the second letter. This one was one where it's the agency that's after him.
You should call Dateline and
So,
Chris
you-
Hansen. You should
Yeah.
call Chris Hansen.
In return for my helping them, they're gonna give me money. If only I just, and it's signed by this secret agent from the Zambian undercover services or something, you know. I'm laughing my head off here. But somebody, it was Dr. Phil, I think, that actually traced one down one time on TV. And they found it was some remote village with
Last thing you do is,
a little building with everybody with computers in
you
it.
don't want Dr. Phil following you around.
I think Dateline did that. I
They did,
see
yeah.
that, yeah.
they-
Go ahead, caller.
Nigerian too, I think.
Yeah.
Go ahead, caller.
DJ,
Yes, who's asking?
DJ,
Yes, how can I help you?
hey DJ.
Oh, you gotta turn your TV down. We're on delay.
Yeah, you got it right.
Yeah, DJ can hear you though. Go ahead.
What's up?
TV.
Go ahead.
Hi, I can hear you.
Did you hear me, DJ?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Their own TV program on Access TV.
Yeah, what about them? Who is this?
Let them know how they can get their own TV program.
Oh, somebody.
Ah, I know who you are too. Thank you for calling. Yeah, go ahead. Yes, you can get a program on our channel just by coming up to the studio at 142 West 12th Street. We're having an orientation this Thursday, and that's where we give you the rules and regulations. There's only a couple of things you can't do, you know, no commercial content, nothing libelous or slanderous, and it must be within community standards. But if you come to that orientation this Thursday night, give us a call beforehand and let us know you're coming. We'll teach you how to do a show. It can be as cheap as $45 per year, and you have access to our studio, and you can do pretty much anything you want to talk about.
You guys have nice equipment up there.
We do, and it's actually very simple to operate, and I teach everybody how to operate it, and if you ever have a problem, I'm always on the premises.
I mean, they've got top-of-the-line equipment up there. They got a nice staging area, so if anybody wanted to do a show, and I know that those guys up there, they're up there with their arms open for anybody in the community.
I've been up there a few times for different things.
Yeah.
The studio's very nice, comfort controlled, and
It's too bad that more people don't take advantage of. I think the word's starting to get out
Yeah.
that it's there,
Right.
and that people can do programs and do different projects on the station.
Yeah,
it's a shame that there wasn't money out there to push Channel 2, you know,
Right.
because there's so many unique. I've told DJ a couple times I've tuned on there and I've gotten some really, you know, funny things on there, you know, that are pretty good, you know, but
last month, we had over 300 unique programs, and that's including a handful of local members that do their own programs here. 317 to be exact, of new shows that nobody had ever seen before. They were on our channel in March. So yeah, there's a lot of unique stuff on there, and if people want to make something, seriously, just give us a call at 454-2226 up to the studio. We'll talk to you. We'll show you exactly how to do it. It's real easy.
does anybody ever show old movies on there? And
I actually did that myself. I sponsored a couple of old sci-fi movies they had gone beyond the licensing, so they were free to the public.
this is fun, like what they used to do with the old monster movies, you know, some guy come out dressed like a ghoul on the old shows, and
We attempted to do one of those shows as well, but the member got too busy with real life, and unfortunately, they stopped doing the shows.
why he got busy.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, a lot of people I don't think realize what's on Channel 2. They look at it like it's these channels here, even though, I mean, I'm surprised how many people watch our show.
Yeah, it's great. I mean,
It's just that, you know, they don't think about it. And if you don't have cable, you don't get us on satellite.
yeah.
Right. See, that's what I have. I have DirecTV, so I don't see
And
it.
we're not streaming yet, I don't think.
We are, though, so if you want
you are streaming?
if you want to see the programs, if you go to our website, catverie.org, you can click on the little TV screen on the lower left-hand corner and see exactly what's on the air.
Hey, there you go.
Like we're doing the access to the candidates right now, where we're letting candidates come in and give their 15-minute speak. You know, they can speak on whatever they want for 15 minutes. We're going to air that starting Wednesday. And if you want to see that and you don't live in the city, you can click on the little TV screen on our channel, on our website. And
There'll be some dead air.
After this draft with the Browns, I might have to have my own show.
You should.
Oh, no, you might be kicking me off, though.
No. You're the true Browns fan. You're the biggest Browns fan in City Hall. With that-
Maybe that's what I would show,
the way,
Dog Pound Diaries or
yeah,
something.
the Dog Pound Diaries on Cat TV.
We'll get Skunky to come out dressed like Chomps.
Kaz and Skunky will be there.
Chomps, too, the big
Oh,
bulldog.
that, yeah, you get that guy on here. What's it, that 000? Is that what number? What's the big dog? Is that what his name calls himself?
Well, you know what the true story was with the big dog, don't you?
No.
He used to haul around that doghouse. You know what's in that doghouse?
Beer.
He got caught by the Cleveland police. He went like 4 or 5 years until the guy watched. He said, "Hey, dragging that a little heavy. It looks like that's a little heavy for a doghouse, And yeah, they caught him.
I have a question.
What's that?
What are they building on the corner of 12th and Lincoln Avenue? It looks like a big,
Oh,
what is that?
that's the park and ride project for the. It's going to be the overflow for like Liberty Park at the old Lord site, right?
And then they bus people down to.
Yeah, that'll be like a canopy to get you.
Okay. I've been wondering about that for weeks.
Well, it's a Port Authority project. When Lords got rid of their parking lot on the north side there, because
Right.
remember they used to have the overhang?
Yeah.
When all that went out the window and they were left there, they decided to take that property, and because they have such an overflow for 8th grade Tuesdays and all the shows they got down there, they decided that's what, like John said, they would shuttle people. They shuttle them from the library, right? Am I right about that?
Right.
And they shuttle them from where else is it? Near the museum, the library, the museum, the bus station over there.
The terminal, yeah.
And then their other hope is from the other direction now, they'll eliminate traffic on the bayfront. So it makes a lot of sense.
One of the things they were talking about at Destination Erie at the presentation was creating better access from the public to get down to the waterfront.
What'd you think
For
about it? I thought
different
that was interesting.
I thought it was good. I mean, I think that with that being an introduction as to, just of what's going on the Bayfront access, I think the whole concept of the Bayfront Loop is very important.
The trouble is, trying to get that east side connection in there.
Well, since the last show, I was talking to some people, and it's going to be really tough to get any type of bridge because they have to keep dredging out because the level of in the channel, it keeps going up. So they have the Army Corps of Engineers. They're not too keen on a bridge being there. Probably the only other avenue that would probably work and somebody suggested it, was a tunnel. But building a tunnel is a lot of money.
As I said on the show once, they talked about building a tunnel between the hotel and the convention center.
Right, and plus it seemed like, I don't know what you took from the meeting, it seemed like the Port Authority is more interested in industrial use of
I've always
a
felt
lot
that
of
way,
the
and I hope I'm wrong, but
you have to when you have the wastewater treatment area right there. So no one's going to build a motel next to the
No.
wastewater plant. So the east side from the intermodal over could be industrial, and the west, the rest of it could be commercial and other developments like that.
I actually had the chance to talk to that gentleman after the meeting,
Oh, did you?
and I broached that problem. I said, we got the plant there,
Right,
treatment plant. He goes, well, we've worked around that before in other towns.
right,
So he seemed like that wasn't a big deal to him.
right.
He says we make it kind of an educational experience.
Well, there's a
And I don't
new
know how they do that, but
plant coming into town. They were talking about the pellets.
yeah.
So, I know it appeared that Ray Schreckengoss was more interested in talking about the industrial use of the Bayfront, which is true. But if you're going to try to put a bridge over, to bridge
Yeah.
the channel, it's going to be really pretty much impossible to bring those big type of ships into our ports. So it's either going to be, because we only have so much space. So it's either going to be commercial or industrial. So the only way to really do it would be to build a tunnel.
And that tunnel they built in Pittsburgh to go to the football park,
Yeah,
pretty expensive.
you got that right.
And, when you look at, you'll be talking about the same length of tunnel for Erie,
Right,
because your tunnel doesn't go right up to, you're going to have to start back.
Right,
And then you gotta put it deep enough so that
Underneath.
the ocean ships that are coming in.
right. Right, and, plus they dredge it a lot down there, which will move a lot of the stuff around. It's very difficult and complicated, but, go ahead.
Maybe a ferry boat would be good. Go ahead, caller.
I think they hung up.
Thanks for calling.
You could have a ferry, and they were talking about, they said that they do have water taxis that go over there from, where people, instead of driving over, but they're losing money on that every year.
The thing is moving cars, though, that's what they...
Well, we need to move cars.
Go ahead, caller.
I have one more question.
Okay.
How long do I gotta grow my sideburns before I can win that Perry deal?
Hold on, let me look
You mean you
here.
got a sideburn contest?
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
they're gonna have a sideburn contest, and I want to know how long I have to build.
Hey, I got news for you. It's already been decided who won.
It's not.
You ready? You want to know who's going to win?
Yeah, who's that?
Take this to the bank.
I think,
Jimmy Moore, the Elvis impersonator, or Kirk Nowakowski, one of those two. Have you seen that pair of sideburns on those guys?
yeah,
Ain't nobody in town going to beat those two.
I have another person who's gonna win.
Who?
Barry Grossman.
Maybe the committee tipped these guys, or?
How long they gotta be? 18 inches?
It doesn't say exactly. It says they'll feature the Perry Burns contest at the commencement of the 2013 sailing seasons. Contestants are invited to start growing their sideburns.
Well, I know I'm gonna go down the street flipping my Perry Memorial coin and let everybody gasp when they see it.
I know, I have one too. I
I
think.
won too?
Yeah,
Is it approved?
I think the one's from Ohio, isn't it?
Yeah, I have 3 of them. From Minute in Philadelphia, Minute in Denver, and Minute in San Francisco.
Right. Well, there's some events coming up with the Perry 200. There's the, this is the opening week, actually, this week. On Saturday, May 25th, it's the unknown soldiers and sailors. They're having a memorial dedication up in the Erie Cemetery. Have you seen the memorial they're working on?
No, I haven't.
It's shaped like a,
Where are they doing it?
like a sail. It's up in the cemetery, up at Erie Cemetery. And then on May 25th, I don't know what the public's plans are, but it's probably going to be the biggest and best parade ever in the city of Erie.
Is there a cannon contest?
I
I
can't,
hope so. I hope it's well attended.
John and I want to enter the cannon contest.
I'll bring the original Perry cannon.
John, here's something for you. The Sons of Lake Erie Fishing Challenge.
I'm not allowed to enter
Why?
because I win too many times.
You're an expert angler?
Don't forget, I was a bait rat.
You mean you can beat Eddie Kissel?
Oh, Eddie Kissel and I were the closest friends you ever knew.
You can beat Eddie Kissel and what's his
More hair, or a little less hair than I do now.
all of his compatriots down there. They're tough guys to beat. You know that?
Yeah, and we both have the same fire in our pot.
That goes on all summer long. So, if you catch a fish, if you're out fishing and you think it's like the biggest type from that specific breed, you take it somewhere to a local fish store and
I still have old-time buttons. Fishing license used to be a button,
I remember that.
and I still have those.
And from June 25th to June 30th, they're having the Erie Playhouse Community Pageant for the Spirit of Erie down at the Convention Center. Each night there's going to be a show. On Thursday, July 4th, the program that I'm involved with, there's 4 sets of fireworks going on in Erie County. One's at the Bayfront, fireworks, and an outdoor picnic and party in Fairview, and the fireworks in Girard. There's going to be fireworks in Waterford at the Waterford Fairgrounds, and there's going to be, in coalition with Mercyhurst Northeast, we're going to have a fireworks display out there as well. So we're having 4 different fireworks throughout Erie County.
That's great. My cousins will all be busy.
Right. And then on July 11th through the 14th, it's the Arts Festival. And then 14th and 15th, it's the Airport Aviation Gala, an open house.
With no planes,
I know. No good ones.
no jets.
No jets. And then there's the Memorial Tribute on September 5th at St. Pat's. The Tall Ships Festival, September 5th through
A
the
big
8th.
dent in the air shows around this country this year.
Yeah, I read that.
We're not getting no Navy ships either, are we?
I don't think so, but we're definitely not getting any airplanes.
And it was too shallow
What?
to get them through.
They always brought them in.
All that sand is built up now, seeing the lake water's down, and that's why we can't build a bridge to get any big ships in.
Yeah, but I think they got to dredge it out every year because they got...
I'm being facetious.
Yeah, I know.
I think it's every 5 to 10 years, but he is right. I mean,
But we haven't had Navy ships in God knows how long now.
right.
All because of the...
Yeah, I know, that was fun when I was a kid down there.
But the needs now, though, they're all overseas and...
Right. And then at September 8th, it's the grand finale. There's the Philharmonic concert, the Perry Monument lighting, and the Liberty Park Perry Monument lighting, and they're having a big event down at the
Yeah, I remember when Perry Monument was lit when I was a
Bayfront.
kid.
Yeah, you're a little older than us.
Not too much.
No.
Go ahead,
not
caller.
so much.
Go ahead, caller. Hello?
So there's all type of events going on this summer for everybody to get involved with, and with the Destination Erie thing, there's a lot of stuff going on.
I want to do the cannon, though.
I know, you want to just blow something up. I know how you are.
Go ahead, caller.
What other programs live do Access TV do?
What other programs are there?
Yeah, what's the other programs that y'all do live besides recorded programs? Don't Access TV record live programs too?
We do live programs. There is a gentleman who calls himself Who, and he does a live exercise program every once in a while. We have a couple of churches that come in and do some live programs. Celebrate Erie is always live. We broadcast that live the entire weekend from the main stage. And the parade coming up that we'll be doing on the 25th, we're going to be broadcasting that live the entire length of the parade for those people that can't get to the parade. We'll be also recording it and playing it back later. So you can actually do live shows. You can do a talk show, a call-in show as well. So we got everything. But there's always room for more.
Man, they're always looking for new people.
Yeah. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, I watch. They got a cooking one, too, don't you?
I don't think we have a cooking show right now.
Yeah, I think you had one time, right?
Oh, yeah. Remember Skinny Chef, Clarence Zehander? He used to do shows down there with us. He did quite a few shows with us for a while.
I think I've seen the Who guy that you're talking about, the exercise.
Yep. He's been exercising down there for years.
Yeah, he's in good shape, that guy.
I guess so.
I think I need to get on. I need to get on his regimen.
Yeah, the thing with him is he says, you don't have to do anything special, just do something,
Hey, we could, the shortest show on TV would be the three of us running around the corner, probably.
We'd be laying. He'd be exercising. We'd be laid out on the ground. That'd be entertaining.
It is. It's embarrassing.
That's bad.
I used to be able to do 7 miles when I was a kid, but not anymore.
Well, you were in the service too. You were in good shape back in the
Oh,
day.
yeah.
I think we all were in good shape.
And I was a legend in my own mind at high school.
Hey, as long as you're a legend somewhere, I guess. Right?
I don't think I was ever in good shape. Last Sunday, I walked 9.5 miles. It took me 4.5 hours. I walked over the McBride Viaduct, down some back
Oh,
streets.
yeah, you were telling me that.
Yeah, down some back streets, up to Buffalo Road, and then across to the Country Fair all the way out in Harbor Creek, and then I walked back across Franklin and down 12th Street.
You walked out to Harbor Creek, huh?
I walked out to Harbor Creek and back. It took
Feel good?
4.5 hours. I
Look at
did
the
not
bright-
feel good.
Look at the bright side. You didn't get mugged, and you got some exercise.
I didn't get mugged, and I had
So it was a win-win.
9.5 miles
It was a
of
win-win
walking.
situation.
It is win-win. I'm not dead. I almost didn't make it back, though. My feet were like ready to fall off. But I tried to do it again Sunday, but it started raining.
3 weeks ago, we went to the aquarium in Baltimore with my son.
Yeah.
And, you go there and you walk up to the window and they go, your ticket's good for 3.5 hours from now. I'm serious, for those people at the meeting that said there was,
Right.
remember you heard it was going downhill like, or,
Right.
hey, that aquarium's packed, right? So you gotta wait what do you do with grandkids with 3.5 hours?
Really?
So we walked pretty much around Baltimore's Inner Harbor. I was in good shape after that.
Well, that's what they need. Something like, I'm not saying an aquarium
Oh,
is
no.
what we need. I mean,
Well, you
that's-
even said that to Guy, you gotta
Yeah.
figure out what you wanna do,
you need some type of a draw down to bring people down there. There's some different ideas bannering around, but
But of all the plans I've seen, and I've seen them both, And I think, David Brennan's was kind of flexible. I like the idea of incorporating housing where it doesn't entirely take over everything, maybe on the upper floors, but a lot of commercial and retail. Because when you go to the Civic Center, the Convention Center, you want, after the day is over, you're in the hotel and you're down there eating and drinking or whatever, but you really want to take a walk and see some other things.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I think the GF property is singularly that important.
Right.
That, the average person in Erie can go down there, like I'll go down there in wintertime, if they got a nice restaurant with a nice view of the bay, I'll go down there,
Yeah.
Right.
And I think people like that. People like the water, they like to be around it.
What concerns me, Kaz, is, like I explained earlier, I'm involved with the county celebrations going on for the 4th of July. So I've been meeting with a lot of the elected officials throughout Erie County. And, with the Destination Erie going around the community to talk to people, a lot of people are disappointed in the fact that we call it Destination Erie. Because for some reason, there remains a city versus county mentality that it baffles me.
Okay, I'm going to give you this, John. Ready? What's the name of our mall?
Mill Creek Mall.
Okay. What do you think it's called in Allentown, Bethlehem, Easton?
No idea.
Lehigh Valley Mall.
Right?
What's our airport called?
Erie International?
Okay. What do you think it's in Lehigh?
Lehigh International.
Lehigh
Valley?
Lehigh Valley Airport.
Right.
What's our ball club called?
Erie Seawolves?
You know what it's called down there?
Lehigh Valley.
Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs.
And a lot of people are losing interest in what I'm thinking I'm explaining to them, like, look, I know because they think it, only trying to benefit Erie, but I'm explaining to them, it's Erie County, Crawford County, Clarion County, Venango County, it should have been something along the line of the Pennsylvania plan, or the Erie County plan, or the Perry 200
Well, what they need to
celebration,
do is-
something or other.
See, we need a name like, we don't have Lehigh Valley, but we could call ourselves, I don't say this as a joke, Northwest Frontier or
Right.
Northwest.
Something, other than destination.
A branded name where, here's the problem, we all want to share,
Right,
but the people that are out in the county are guilty of the same thing we are.
right,
It's Mill Creek Mall, it's not
right.
the Erie Mall, it's not the
It's getting to the point.
Great Lakes, how about that one, Great Lakes Mall or something like that, right?
Great Lakes Plan or something like that. A lot of people are turned off just because of the name. And I'm thinking to myself, who cares what you call it? We still need a plan. We need to work together to get this plan together, and they're worried about names. I'm like, oh,
Pennsylvania,
God.
down around St. Mary's, they call it the Wilds, Pennsylvania Wilds. That's all that area because it's like hunting and fishing.
Right.
And that's how they're marketing their area,
Right.
And up here,
We need to put together a strategy to make this community
They're-
sustainable, and
you
they're
and I-
worried about the name.
well, you and I both know a couple people we could work with. Supervisors, the same people I do.
Right.
That are kind of open-minded, that
Right.
that's what we need to do. We need to quit being parochial
Yeah.
and start thinking
Yeah.
of this area as,
Yeah, it's the same people that are making the same decisions, and if you try to flow out new ideas before, and they don't like them, they try to go out and put the kibosh to the
Yeah.
idea before it ever comes to fruition, so the public doesn't even know about it and how it would benefit the public, but certain groups, they don't care because it's not what they want, so if it's not what they want, forget it. And that's bad.
yeah, I seen the same, I seen a little bit at that meeting. I saw already the seeds of discontent planted. And I'm going, that poor guy hasn't even designed a plan yet.
Yeah.
And, it's amazing when you look at what they've done in other towns. There's a spirit of cooperation. In other words, let's do this the right way and let's make it a draw.
Right. Well, it's disappointing, and it's just disappointing when I hear people from the county complaining about a name, but, it's like, we have to start working together, and people better start being proactive about things, because, who knows how much longer GE is going to be here? They're slowly but surely leaving our area, a little bit at a time, a little bit here, a little bit there. And
I think the problem, John, we've had here for years, we are try and think of the name of the word. I had it one time. I thought about it. I said, we are tough on ourselves. We have no belief. You know, we believe that we're bad.
Yeah.
We want to be bad, actually. So we almost enjoy being bad.
Right.
That, you know, when something comes along, we think of a million ways why it won't work.
Well, what really great thing has happened to this community in a long time? I mean, can you think of any, like, huge corporation moving here? Or, I mean, I can't think of any.
Well, in my lifetime, I've gone through, I don't go back to the old days when they were talking about the, try to think of the plant, it was going to be a car plant that came in there one time. And the story was that it was kept out. This is way, way back, you know. But in my lifetime, there was the U.S. Steel project. Oh, we were really fired up. It's going to be on the PA-Ohio border. Remember that project?
I think so. That was a while ago.
It was out in the already? But we were then talking about the land that I think Andrew Carnegie owned out there.
Right.
Ashtabula, it was east of Ashtabula, Conneaut. It was out in the Springfield area. It's going to be a huge plant straddling the state lines. Yeah. Then there was the Miller Beer plant
Right.
at the old monastery or the seminary. Yeah. Then we did have a chance. We were trying to get the car plant. Remember
Well,
the Saturn one?
What happened was the juice plant and those other projects that fell through have given everybody a really bad taste in their mouth.
Go ahead, caller.
I'll give you two quick plants that wanted to come here and were shot down.
What's that?
Ford wanted to come in here, and SeaWorld wanted to come in here.
I never heard SeaWorld, but that Ford was one I was thinking of.
Well, Ford wanted to come in, and SeaWorld wanted to come in where the old field house was.
Oh, yeah, they talked about an aqua zoo out there.
So, have a great afternoon.
Yeah, he's right there, and I don't know if that was SeaWorld, but if he said that, you know, there was plans, either the zoo or somebody wanted to build a aqua zoo out there. And what happened was when it didn't fall through, when it did fall through, they built the field house, which at the time was, you know,
Right.
but we got to quit, you know, we got to quit thinking we're second fiddle. Like I laugh when everybody wants us to be a mini Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
We're not Pittsburgh suburb.
Right. I think we need to work on retaining the businesses that we have and definitely improve our efforts on going on and locating businesses to come here. I was meeting with the president from Mercyhurst Northeast, and this was right when the GE announcement went out, you know, about the layoffs and or relocation jobs and stuff. And he was telling me that, you know, because I asked him, I said, you know, we were talking about it, and I said, well, he told me he was from Findlay and he was involved with bringing in business attraction there. And he was part of a team. He was the education component of a team of people that went out. And he was telling me that you have to go to these other countries and bring them here. They are willing to come here, but you can't just go to a trade show and set up a table and, you know, you have to go to them.
Well,
With your, you know, and he said the number one thing, Kaz, it wasn't taxes, it was education. What do you have there for education?
well, do you remember when we were trying to get buy the airport?
The what?
The airport in Germany?
Okay, yeah.
I was part of that delegation that went over. And, I mean, there was some negotiating going on. They had a runway that was, it was a MiG base, but they had no infrastructure.
Right.
We had the infrastructure, but we didn't have the runway at the time. And what they were looking for was they wanted some city to fly into that wasn't Chicago, wasn't New York, wasn't, you know, they wanted quick in, quick out. But in our location this time, which is our enemy sometimes,
Right.
was our biggest asset. The fact that, you know, we were 500 from New York, 500 from Chicago, you know, we're within, what does they say, 33 or 40% of the nation's population.
Right.
And that was our, you know, but we couldn't swing it. But I will give this, the airport tried. We actually went overseas, they came over here. And you're right. And you know what, when you go over there, you find out that they want to come in. Even the Russians are all, it's just a new economies now.
Yeah, he was working with an outfit out of Findlay, Ohio. He was the president of Findlay College. And he was talking about how they would go over there and meet with the Japanese, and they got like a Suzuki plant and some other plants to move there.
Yeah.
And it's basically, I mean, they do business a lot different than what we do, and a lot, a lot of what's important to us isn't as important to them, per se. I mean, obviously, money is important to everybody, but they had a lot more interesting questions about a community and whether or not they should move there or not. But the fact is that they have a team that goes out and brought businesses into their community, which is smaller than Erie. Findlay, Ohio is a lot smaller than Erie. They do it. Why can't we do it?
Because we got to go out. I said the other day, we got a shotgun approach. We fire a lot of pellets out there. When what you need is a bullet. You need a directed assault, with all forces, instead of everybody going off in their own little direction. You make a hit here, but nobody's making any. You got to sit down and get a concerted effort, target somebody, and say.
I mean, but what is the plan? I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think there's one thing that we could approach that we could offer our location to, and it would be a great benefit to them, is the movie industry. If we could get someone from Hollywood to bankroll a studio here, we're located in the middle of everything. We're at the top of 90, right in the middle of 90. We're at the top of 79. We have water access. We have rail access. Anything you want to bring in, we can send out. And we have the 4 seasons for filming. If you could bring the industry here, you've got winter, summer, fall, spring, and they could film any movie at any time that they need right here in
Yet
Erie.
there's been very few things ever filmed here.
Isn't there a licensing, or don't you have to get a license to film, correct?
I'm thinking so. You
Pennsylvania
probably
has one, but
Yeah, I know, but isn't it like stringent or
I don't know.
I'm not really sure. I think as long as it doesn't have a negative environmental impact, you could film anything.
They
and
made
not have a
that.
problem.
There was a movie just came out. It was about the apocalyptic world.
It was called The Road. I actually just watched that movie.
The Road?
Yeah, it was called The Road.
It was done in Peninsula, right?
It was done on the peninsula.
And then
yeah.
Conneaut Lake too. They showed.
Conneaut Lake, the peninsula, some things in Georgia, down south a little bit.
They showed the Conneaut Lake ripped apart, the amusement park, like.
Yeah, it was actually a pretty good movie, yeah.
Really?
And
I haven't seen it.
I couldn't tell it was Presque Isle, I found out afterward,
Yeah,
And then they had that one movie where they're going to take the Niagara out in the lake and film
right?
a pirate movie.
that was a pirate movie. Yeah, I remember that.
But see, I think DJ hit on the head. Now, if they want high-rise movie, they're going to go to Philly or Pittsburgh or wherever.
Right.
But if they want like a small community, I mean, even the movie about Erie wasn't filmed in Erie. That thing you do, that was filmed in Hollywood.
Right.
What we need to do is, we need to say, hey, you got the lake, you got the flagship, you got the peninsula, you can, in wintertime around here, you can go out any place you want, you can be desolate as heck.
Yeah.
Do it at a cheaper rate.
It's marketing. It's our marketing.
You know where the movie Runaway was done?
Not,
With Denzel Washington?
Oh, Flight?
Like,
Yeah.
the railroad train that ran away? was-
Oh, Runaway, yeah.
Runaway.
Runaway. It was done up around Emporium and all those towns.
Where?
Those little Emporium, PA. Those towns were going nuts when they came in.
Right.
It was like, all of a sudden, everybody showed up, helicopters, Hollywood people.
Yeah.
Their base was, I think, Bradford,
I think we have everything to offer. I mean, we could totally shoot a movie depending on the season that they want. They just wait a couple of months or 5 minutes, depending on, your take on it. But the weather changes so often, you could do a winter thing, and then in a couple of weeks, you could do spring or summer. And you could get all that filming done and hire people to come in and do editing and stuff here.
I was in New York City a couple months ago, and Ben Stiller was filming a movie there. And the production, I mean, the amount of people that actually work on a movie set,
Oh, yes.
you're talking big money into a local economy.
Yes.
I mean, I couldn't believe how many production trucks and people and extras and security and hairstylists, sound. I mean, you don't realize what goes on with all the people involved in a movie.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't believe how many people.
The one film we lost that we almost got.
What?
It was the one Slapshot.
Oh, with Paul Newman? That's a classic.
What they were looking for now, they were looking for an old minor league hockey town,
That's us.
okay? Well, they looked at all the teams in our league, like
League.
Johnstown and all them. When they got to Erie, you had a new arena at the time, the Fieldhouse.
Right.
It was brand new, so they would have had to make it look old. And when they looked at the downtown, they had cranes and high-rises going up at the time. We were in that building boom.
Right.
When First National went up and all them, you know. So that wasn't what they wanted. Meanwhile, they walk into Johnstown, and the town is a little older looking, the arena's run down. Smack, they get it, but see, it's, you know, it's a lot of luck.
Right.
Did we used to have a sports team called the Erie Polecats?
Don't remember that.
What sport?
I'm not sure. I thought it might have been football, but I heard a rumor that there used to be something called the Erie Polecats.
The only ones I remember is from the time I was a kid, were the Veterans, the Lakers, Erie Jets, which I played a couple weeks on. You didn't know that one. Neither did my dad.
You were on my fantasy team.
My dad didn't want to know I was playing football. The Panthers and a couple other names, but I don't remember Polecats.
No, I think the Erie Express.
Erie Express was another
How
one.
about the Erie Explosion are undefeated, 10-0.
That was indoor, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, 10-0.
We tried to get Bill on here. He wouldn't come on this year. I tried to get him on.
The owner?
Yeah.
Why not?
I think he got busy and tied up. We've had him on before.
If I was him, I'd get on. They're in playoff. I mean, the playoffs and the championship are right here at the Erie Insurance Arena.
How about that, huh?
Not the Civic Center. That's the Erie Insurance Arena. It's got a ring to it, but yeah, they're at home for the playoffs and the championship. So hopefully, people in our community will go out and support them. Are we still on the air, or are we just talking?
He
by
gave us
ourselves?
5 minutes about 5 minutes ago, so if we wrap
Until he
it up.
comes out and kicks us off the air.
He usually comes and gives us the 1 minute and then get out of here sign.
I wasn't sure. It's a weird day.
Yeah, it is. It's like, DJ saved the day.
Difficulties.
Yeah, we had a little technical difficulties. And
DJ saved the day.
No.
he gets a kudu.
There was no show today if it wasn't. Oh, there he is. 1 minute.
You
Oh,
sure?
there's our minute. Let's wrap.
Is that the 1 hour sign?
Oh, we got another hour. Let's start this thing.
Oh yeah.
What if we stay on for another hour? What's he gonna do?
I think
Mike will get mad at me.
what I heard is that it shuts right off at 3
The
o'clock.
tape does, yeah,
Tape
1
does.
hour.
But
But they get the benefit of us on there now, so.
on Mondays, I think we stay on longer as long as. But
Yeah.
they're like that's.
That's true, but the tape cuts off in an hour,
So if we start at 15, will they run the tape to show?
1 hour usually.
They'll start it from when we.
Yeah, he tapes the show and then he reruns it.
We're off shifted, today because we're live, but after this, it'll air at the normal time.
Oh really?
Yeah, and it does cut off
I think
right
we're
at
gonna
the second.
We're gonna
Yeah, it
preempt the
does.
dog licenses and all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, Cass, thanks for having
Hey, I
me.
want to
Yeah.
thank you. DJ,
Thanks
you
for
were
having us.
adamant today.
DJ, you are on.
You're on fire today.
People were
saved the
asking me
show.
questions. It was a wild day.
For those that wonder what DJ does, he saved the show.
DJ was he was a troubleshooter today. But
I'm gonna have to tell, his,
Cat TV people.
yeah, I'm telling, you got a real asset there.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Hey, thanks for coming.
So we're really going off, huh?
I think we're done.
Better safe than sorry.
That's true. Better end it on a good note.
Yes. I think we caught him off guard.
I know he's probably like, start the music.
Oh, there he goes. Come away, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have been watching the Taxpayers Hotline Show on Erie's own Government Access, Channel 9.
Months ago, they were all back on court.
That's what I mean. You could tell there's a little snipping going on. Here's my thought. And I'm not mayor, but if I was, I'd sit them all down and say, hey, look,